Every significant transformation, whether migrating to the cloud or adopting artificial intelligence, is shaped by a series of choices. The quality of those choices determines whether an enterprise gains a competitive advantage or accumulates technical debt and strategic regret. Deep experience is no guarantee of a better decision. Behavioral science shows that highly accomplished leaders often overestimate the accuracy of their knowledge, a phenomenon known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is compounded by normalcy bias, which tricks us into believing that because a system hasn't failed yet, it is unlikely to fail in the future. These psychological biases create a dangerous illusion of certainty. For an architect influencing millions of dollars in investment, this false confidence can be more damaging than a total lack of technical expertise. In executive meetings, this manifests as binary framing. Strategic decisions are reduced to two opposing alternatives: build or buy, cloud or on-premises, replace the legacy system or keep it. These debates consume hours of leadership time because everyone assumes the problem only has two answers. In reality, the framing itself is the greatest limitation. When we limit the question, we limit the possible success of the organization. Architectural leadership requires the discipline to recognize the limits of human certainty. Organizations that consistently make superior choices rely on a structured process to actively break these binaries. The first step in this process is to widen your options. Architects shift the conversation from defending positions to exploring possibilities. Instead of a binary choice, they look for phased migrations, hybrid architectures, or incremental modernizations that produce value without the risk of a single Big Bang transformation. Generating these options is only the beginning. Each one must be reality tested. If an architecture proposal carries assumptions about technology maturity or implementation complexity, those assumptions must be aggressively challenged before any commitment is made. Disciplined architects fight confirmation bias by seeking out projects that struggled, not just success stories. They look past vendor marketing to study independent assessments, and they use prototypes to validate how a system performs under realistic workloads. When a proposal is backed by observable facts rather than persuasive opinions, the decision-making process becomes transparent. This evidence-based approach creates a foundation for organizational trust because the recommended path is rooted in data that has survived rigorous scrutiny. Even with clear evidence, architectural decisions are often rushed. Transformation programs operate under intense delivery pressure, which makes it tempting to approve a solution just to maintain momentum. This is why architects must attain distance before deciding. A simple mental exercise helps. If you joined this company today with no attachment to previous investments or political commitments, would you still make this recommendation? But even with perfect distance, the future is unpredictable. Markets evolve, regulations change, and technology vendors shift their strategic directions. The final discipline is to prepare to be wrong. This involves stress testing the strategy with aggressive scenarios. What if adoption is slower than forecast? What if integration costs exceed the estimates? This process reveals exactly where the plan is most vulnerable, allowing for a strategy that accounts for uncertainty rather than ignoring it. Recognizing that a plan might be incomplete isn't an admission of failure. It is the hallmark of mature architectural thinking. This mindset translates directly into system design. When you prepare for the possibility that a specific technology or vendor might fail, you build with modularity and loose coupling. As seen in this network, a modular design ensures that if one component proves to be a mistake, it can be swapped or rolled back without causing a catastrophic system-wide collapse. This shifts the role of the enterprise architect. They serve as the steward of strategic decision quality, refining how the entire organization evaluates alternatives and balances opportunity against risk. In a volatile business environment, the organizations that stay ahead are those with the discipline to consistently produce better strategic outcomes through these rigorous decision-making processes. Excellence is measured less by the elegance of a diagram and more by the quality of the thinking that produced it. Better architectures begin with the discipline to look beyond the obvious choices.